All right. Let me turn on my sound real quick. So today we're going to look at elimination using multiplication. So our first problem is going to be, if I can write here, let me change my color. 2x plus 3y equals 6. And then x plus 2y equals 5. You can pause. So when I go to solve these, when we did elimination with addition and subtraction, you at least had a number, a coefficient in front of your variable that was the same, but now we don't. Okay, we have a 2, we have a 1, we have a 3, and a 2. But what we want to look at is, okay, well, how can I make these the same number so that they could cancel out? And in order to do that, we're actually going to multiply. You can multiply the top equation or the bottom one, depending on what you want to cancel first. But I'm going to multiply the bottom one by a negative 2 so that my x's will cancel. So in the end, I have negative 2x minus 4y equals negative 10. Okay? So I'm going to use this. I'm going to go over this one in green so you know that we're going to use this one too. I don't have enough space to rewrite everything. You do on your paper though. So the ones in green are what I'm looking at. Imagine that the middle row is not there anymore. 2x minus 2x is 0, so those canceled. 3y minus 4y is negative 1y. And 6 minus 10 is negative 4. Now I can't leave it as a negative 1y, so you divide, and you get y equals 4. I could go back in and plug this into any of these that I want in order to get what my x is. I'm going to do it with the gray one here in the middle. So x plus 2 times 4 equals 5. I would have that as 8, so I would minus 8 to both sides. X equals negative 3. So same process as yesterday, but now we have to multiply one equation or both equations to make it happen. So let me show you an example of where we would multiply both. And let me erase that because that shouldn't be there. Okay. Let me change my color. If we had 4x plus 5y equals 6 and 6x minus 7y equals negative 20. All right, so on this one, we definitely know that none of them match, so we can't cancel out our x or our y. If we are going to multiply, I'm going to multiply the top equation and the bottom equation by a certain number. It depends on if you want to get rid of the x's or the y's. This time around, I'm going to get rid of the x's. So I need to find a common number that could common multiple with both of them. I could do 24, 6 times 4. That would be an easy one. But there is a smaller one with 6 times 2 and 4 times 3. They equal 12. So I want to multiply. I also like if I can get them to subtract. So I'm going to multiply the top by negative 3 and the bottom by a positive 2. Okay, I'm going to rewrite my equations off to the side here. Negative 12x minus 15y equals negative 18, and 12x minus 14y equals negative 40. The negative didn't show up. Okay. When I go to add these, my 12s are already opposite. Negative 15 and a negative 14 make a negative 29y, and negative 58 is what it equals to. Divide, and you get y equals 2. So you use that to go back in and plug in. So 4x plus 5 times 2 equals 6. I would minus the 10. 4x equals negative 4, and then x equals negative 1. All right, and you get both. Now, how do you know, do I go and do the top equation and multiply or the bottom equation and multiply? It really depends on what your equation looks like, what you're trying to solve for. Sometimes they will only ask you to solve for a certain letter, okay, and you don't have to solve for the rest. Sometimes you could multiply by either the top or the bottom. So let me show you. 3a minus b equals 2, or a plus 2b equals 3. So on this one, we could easily multiply the top one by 2 and cancel our b's, or you can multiply the bottom one by a negative 3 and it would cancel your a's. So it just depends on what you want to start with. Or if it's asking you for a specific variable and you just need your b's, well, then cancel out your a's. Okay? So try this one, pause it, and see if you get it right. Okay, so I'm going to multiply the top equation by 2. You can do it by the a's if you wanted to, and if you did that, great. But this is what you should have gotten. A would have been 1. Plug that back in. And B would have actually been 1 also. Whether you solve for A first or for B first, you still should get the exact same answer. If you have questions, please email me and I will help you out.